Well, I'll be damned. I just talked to myself for a good 20 minutes. I just have been sitting in my backyard, hanging out with my cat, taking a nap, having a good old conversation. Because I hit this stream, Nile stream, but evidently I didn't hit it hard enough. Hi, welcome to my name's my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Empath, and I just like having these little talks in the way I feel about things. Confounded. I said some good stuff too, I gotta say. Well, when it's divine time, you know. These little bugs are all over my laptop. Welcome to my tube. I thought I'd suit up and show up today. This is how I used to dress in my 3D life back when I was at Corpus QSA, and I'd go to meetings and sit around tables and show my respect and suit up and show up and share my experience, strength, and hope. And so I learned from some of the best. I've learned life lessons from some of the best human beings that have ever walked the planet. I got to listen to stories from people that were 5 under Bill W. and Dr. Bob, 4, 5 under, and 3 in the line of spiritual mentorship from Dr. Bob and Bill W. And a lot of that stuff started in DC. So I'm kind of a history buff. I'm full spectrum. I have a lot of interests, and I spend my time collecting data because I hang out with Mom now. My life's just shitted a few years back, and I'm her caregiver. And until I figure out how to expand my tribe and, find more people that want to hang out so I can go out and be an earner, I'm welcome to it. So, the cancer eclipse is tomorrow, and I got cancer in my first and second house, so I know that things are going to happen to me in a very big way. I got a shout out last night from freaking Peace Stealer. Mike, I think is his name. I like him. That guy is smart, man. He's a smart man. He's a balanced human being. And he knows stuff, He puts things together too. And sometimes I get envious of people. Sometimes I get jealous of people because I'm like, God, they know so much more than me. I always missed out on I was always absent on the day that they gave away the important data. So I made some notes. The cost of insecurity, that's what I'm calling this talk today, because that's what we're doing, folks. Everyone, we're paying the price of people's insecurities right now. People are fearful and they're scared, and they never taught themselves how to calm themselves because they never did daily disciplines. Because just people that have everything they want, they don't gotta ask for help and pray and all do they don't know what strife is, so they're never in low vibrational frequencies like that because they're spoon fed and they're like babies. And so when people have life experience and things happen, and they get more sensitive, there's all kinds of ways how the meek is inheriting the earth right now. And Natty Denise did a talk about a letter, and her interpretation of this letter that someone that deems himself important is offering his guidance to somebody else who deems himself important, and people are starting to see what I see, and that everything is frequency. I think they just died. Everything is frequency, and we all live vibrationally in the heart space. And what we do with our heart space, is it low vibrational or high vibrational? When we go out in the world, are we being of service? Are we trying to help people? Or are we trying to hinder people and just being a jerk wherever we go, and then just being contrary? Just whatever is happening, you're just saying the opposite thing to throw in the vibration of dissidence. Because there's freaking antagonists. There's the no viber. Welcome to the world of the no viber and the high viber. And the no vibers, I've known who they are my whole entire life. One of them just got arrested today. He vibed in ego. 3 counts of rape. Justice. It's about to be served. And there's more, because he told about he ratted out all of his Freudian sleep. He ratted out all of his buddies. You know he did. You know it. Well, well, yeah, you think I'm bad. How about go look at him and look at him and look at AK. He married his wife. They had their first kiss. The whole, she was 14 years old. No child labor laws. It's like pedophilia right on TV. She was 14 years old and she's like having adult relationship storylines and things like that. And that's what these girls do. They're like, that's what I want. They make it look so enticing and so great. And it's this perversion that's coming out, this no vibey stuff, and people are catching it on. That they know who the creeps are. They're usually the ones that really see. I don't need expensive suits. This is a representation of me. See, I think it's time to rebrand America. I think America needs all the way down to the flag. We need white is the absence of color, and this country is founded on different shades of the color wheel. We're all just shades of the same color wheel. There's no difference in any human being. So the ideology that anybody has the authority or power over anyone else. I mean, sometimes people need to be saved from themselves. But anything above that, spirits self-govern. So the idea of insecurity is an imposed idea that old rich white dudes have been making billions for years and years and years, drawing on our energy of fear. And they intentionally set up cities on grids of the map to create pockets of energy. For example, look at all the places Los Angeles has been. The Raiders. Look at the storyline of the Raiders. And they're all based on mythology, and they're all based on storylines and of family dynamics, and that's what we're seeing happen. Not everybody's love and light, and people that have been saying they're all lovey-dovey and wonderful and I'm just doing my job. Your job is to become a hindrance to people and not help people. And people, look at all the people. I implore everybody to get on the city and state sites in which you live and start looking at what these people are paying themselves. And that's why we don't have nothing. So I haven't had water in 3 years. Because they spent millions of dollars and they're supposed to clean it all up. Now, as soon it's going to start drying out. I edge it all. I keep my stuff clean so they can see the city is where the city is failing. And that's the thing is Uncle Sam is based on control paradigms by control freaks. Do as I say. Don't you know who I am? And these are all little boys and girls in grown-up bodies that didn't have a voice when they were little kids. And so they've been overcompensating their whole life, and they've all been rich, so they're just told, oh, you can't do anything wrong. You're just mommy and daddy's little prize baby, and and they're like, oh, give me a toy, and then 20 years later they're having freaking seances and stuff like that, and eating cake people, and but it's the spirit of it. And that is the spirit of evil. That is the spirit of cheaters. That is the spirit of adultery. That is the spirit of the easier, least resistant way. Power, control, dominance, fear, all of that vibration, they get strokes from the energy, and we feed it. And all they say is, here's something to be afraid of. And everyone's like, oh, okay, because you said so. And I'm over here like, there's nothing to be afraid of. What are you people? Because I know the scary people. I know who's the rapists and murderers, and they're controlling the media. Art imitates life. Light imitates life, imitates art. It's this twisted, because of the no vibers. They make it gross. We could have heaven on earth if they would just relinquish the control and, give us our free energy and stuff like that. You don't think frickin' it was Trump's uncle that got Tesla's designs out of his apartment after he died? Because it's every bit is his family that owned all the real estate. Yes, he's a real estate mogul. So somebody dies, they go in, they take all their shit. It's theirs now. you know? Only the thing is people are figuring out that we went into other countries so we could kill people, so we could take their shit. So we're the looters in other countries. And now people have a problem with it here when we've done that to Iraq, Iran. I mean, Operation Iraqi bullcrap. I mean, it's these imposed storylines that we've been given as an exercise to see how people would act in the event of something bigger happening. It's like injecting fear into society, like a junkie injects dope into his vein. Yeah, and they get a for it too, because, well, they're no vibers. And that is verified by the branch that just fell. Anybody in the talking room? Am I talking by myself? Ka. Welcome to my tube. So that was one note I had. I got this. I don't like soda, but I got this the other night. Sprite ginger. It's so good. I love ginger. I freaking just like ginger beer, the non-alcohol kind. If it ever gets warm enough, then I'll get the juice and stuff for Mom and I. In the evening, we like to have mocktails. M-A, like ma. And then tails. Mocktails. Because I can't drink alcohol. Nope. Puts me in the mindset of freaking the wicked. And then that's how I figure stuff out. Oh my God, that's what they're doing. Because I think like them. Because it puts my vibrational frequency in the no vibe zone. Because it takes my spirit. I figured a lot of stuff out that way. Yeah. And when I drink a lot, I call them memory fades. I'd have blackouts. I'd drink and then my brain would shut off. But I would have full conversations with people and I'd be able to articulate things right now, but my eyes would be glazed over and you could tell that I'm just artificial intelligence. That's what alcohol does. And things that distract you from your spirit and plugging into source. There's 2 butterflies flying around over here. Anything that gives you the idea that you need to be worried about anything ever, they're the ones that you need to be worried about. People got to think that we are look at all the people making money. All they're doing is creating more non-for-profits and they're paying themselves. Every time something like this happens, there's all these voices that come up and all these non-for-profits, and who gets to benefit? The lawyers writing up the contracts, the people that are, starting the non-for-profits so they can put the logos on their vehicles so people can give them their money and you're paying for their vehicles and stuff. And then they can travel from city to city telling their same regurgitated BS story on your dime. No different than Creepy Under Sam. That's why it's time to rebrand. I want to see more browns and yellows and oranges and reds in the flag. Less colonial. More Turtle Island. Let's see. What are old patterns, new patterns? That's the thing, is I'm having an opportunity because, I had my tower moment yesterday. I got moved. I gotta move. I gotta go. The people who live here wants their house back. Gotta go. And historically speaking, my pattern has been to be fearful and just jump. Just jump ship. Just like, all right, Mom, there's a tent. We're going to put everything in storage and we're just going to go camping for a few months. So we don't got nowhere to go. I mean, we have a place to go. I just don't know where the path to get there is yet. I know it'll open up here quick. I ain't tripping about nothing. I got faith, man. I believe. There's too much evidence to dispute that. So I have an opportunity to be pragmatic and to really think about where I want to go and where my energy, where I'm going to be in alignment and where it's going to be not too hot for us, and there aren't going to be like too many dangers of fires and things like that, because that's the world we live in. And I don't want to live in a city no more. People ruin cities. I saw an article today about the 50 cities in all over the place that that the rich have ruined. Well, people ruin everything because they're no vibers and they want to, they're like, they got an idea of, it's like Sims on a grand scale. That video games, The Sims or whatever, but these people have so much money that they can create the reality um, in real life, and they're ruining stuff because they don't have a spirit. So in every city and every town has a spirit, has a vibration. Even the country, the USA is a cancer, so that's why all this stuff is happening. Just like the cancer in all of. Hi, what are you? You're like a combo deluxe. It's like a praying mantis and a mosquito. There's a lot going on. See, we're gonna start seeing new species of stuff. All kinds of stuff, because we're in different parts of space, so we're getting like cells are getting hit by light and it's activating new species of plants and foods, and people are getting creative. I mean, things can really get good or they can really get dark if people don't get out of their ego and stop freaking, letting fear win. Come on, kitten. So I have a chance to step into the next version of myself, the more mature version of myself that don't run, cat, that doesn't, kitty, that doesn't live from fear, and that just knows that whatever's going to happen, I'm going to end up to where I'm supposed to be. And usually source protects fools and drunks, and I've been both, so hopefully I'm in good standing to do it different and to not treat people and act fearful and just be a jerk to people because I'm scared because I don't know what the future holds. Fear is a vibration, and a vibration is like a sword. You live by the sword, you will die by the sword. So I dropped the sword. I just don't want that vibe in my 5D earth. That stuff can't live there. Let's see. Great American spiritual rebound. In the third eye, I trust. Kitty. No. The bird faded. What's hilarious is that from the outward appearance, like I'm standing here, right? But I'm in my boxer briefs. I don't have any pants on. It's hot. So don't let me Kaiser Sozer you, okay? People are always only giving you parts of who they are. I'm like the news. I don't got no pants on. I'm on my boxer briefs and my Keens. And just like shorts. That's all they are. I just think it's funny because I have a ladder that my Mac laptop sits on, and I got my music that I listen to. I try to when the headphones work, and then and then I'm in the backyard just talking to myself on a computer. And maybe sometimes people listen, but you know how many times I've done this and nobody's listened? Like the first year I did videos, I didn't get views on any of my videos for like weeks at a time sometimes. And then I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Nobody cares what I say. And then it's just like, do it. And then it's like divinely led, being divine. And then I'm like, I don't want to be one of those freaking weird people that are getting data all the time and stuff. Careful what you don't wish for, And don't pray for patience. Stop praying for patience. For the love of God, people. If you are praying for patience right now, knock it off. Because all that does is give things to you so that you can practice patience. So you're basically summoning some bullshit to yourself. I never watched the Doctor Who. I was like in the Air Force like it's been on my radar, but there's just always been other stuff that has been more. There's it just is never. And I understand the premise and stuff like that. I had it right now because Hitchhiker's Guide, the original, like the old one, is on Hulu right now. And if I don't hurry up and finish it, I'll probably miss out on that because they reneged on frickin' 6 Feet Under jerks, and I was only in the first season. So back to, was I done with my list? I think I was done with my list. So people are figuring out that they're having a spirit. That's pretty much what's happening right now. Is they're figuring out that they have a spirit when they thought that they were just running the show, that they were just guide their own ship. But we're guided by the energies of what's happening in the world, verified by the siren. We're guided by everybody gets the same energy, and that energy is played out in a gazillion different ways because the same energy is playing out in everybody's life in a different way based on your astrological placements. Yeah? Tracking? Where I think my early programming from this, because when I jumped off the wagon a couple years ago when I started drinking again, I went back and I watched it, and I think I get this from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, because he was an engineer, and I don't know. I just was born an old man. I learned how to teach. I taught myself how, because I always wanted to do it. I'm like, why are you not wearing one? And I went to places and I did talks where it would be good. I could pull it off. Not everybody pulls them off. And they're so easy. They're so much easier than regular ties. But there's the scoundrel wears the bow tie too. Mine are like 40, 30 bucks, 20 bucks. That's the most I'll spend on, people, what they spend on stuff is just like, you're paying for your ego. When you're paying for somebody's overhead, you're paying for somebody's ego. You're paying somebody else's mortgage. You're voting for that you believe in their dreams and hopes more than you believe in your own. So, anyway. Energies are weird, man. I did have a good day. I did get to go do some laundry, and I'm gonna try that online shopping at the big box stores and just pick it up on the curbside. I was thinking about all the years how the grocery store has evolved and what kind of significance it's held in my own personal heart. Because we were poor, we were so poor. It was like Mom gave us the choice for many years, and our stocking stuffers. It was like being apple, orange, some sugar-free gum. Brother would get the electricity bill, and I'd get the cable bill, or vice versa. Be like, here, the power is your gift for like that. That's how poor we were. But we always, and most of our Christmases from the time I was 5 or 6, 7, until I was 12, 13, said, nah, I don't want it no more. Every Christmas was spent on a Greyhound bus. 11 and a half hours going from Southern California, either Atascadero, Bakersfield, Fresno, up to Redding. Didn't matter. It was always 11 and a half hours. So that's where I got to learn to meditate. Because I get walkie-talkies and stuff. Or not walkie-talkies, but Walkmans, and I always had like tapes, and I would listen to the same songs, and I'd always imagine a different version of my life playing out the song and all this stuff, and that's how I began to be a dreamer. And then people started making up all these rules, and now there's so many rules that it's like I won't wear a mask. I won't do it. So I'm not, come next week, I'm not allowed to go in the store without one on. Well, I guess I won't go to the store and buy food anymore because I won't do it. I'm not living in other people's fear. Bad shit actually happened to me in my life. I was raped when I was 11 months old, and then the story continues. Go back and watch that's just where it started. There's plenty of more stuff. This is all the stuff that I didn't let kill my spirit. I didn't let my ego win. And so if I can get over all that shit, then holy heck, if people can't get over their mom and dad, working 3 jobs to feed them, so they're not getting to hang out with you as much as you want, and you don't get the newest game console that comes out that's $400 or $500 every time, or you don't have, you don't have you ain't keeping up with the Joneses. Well, the Joneses are, no more keeping up with the Joneses. Go down your own @hole about what the Joneses means. Because it's going to mean something to everybody, because everybody has a different path. So everybody, I could recommend things to go on the same clicks on the same interface, and you're going to end up someplace different because your algorithms aren't the same. I've worked in companies, it's the trippiest thing, but everybody always ends up on the same page. Like the clock, thanks Astrology Hub for that analogy, I think, or maybe it was Rick Levine. That about the clockmaker that would wind up the clocks at night before he would leave, and they would all be wonky, all doing their own thing, but ultimately they sync up, and that's what's happening now. Everybody's waking up to oh crap, I got a spirit. Oh crap, energy doesn't die. Oh crap, the crappy way I've been living now, that's karma, and I'm going to carry it into a next life. And oh my goodness, but first they're going to wreak havoc in this one. So the next couple months after this eclipse, there ain't going to be no joke, man. So people really need to get a higher source so they can actually literally unplug from the vibration of the insanity of what's going on in their local communities, plug into source where you can just know that things are going to be okay, and that there is a grand design, and no vibers ain't going to win. That's about all I got for now. I hope you have a rad day.